What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. And in today's video, I want to talk about TAO ecosystem. I want to give you some gems that you could be super early to within the BITTENSOR TAO network. And trust me, there are no other videos on YouTube like this. You are incredibly early. The early bird catches the worm. But I would appreciate if this is your first time in my channel, please follow the channel, share the content, and of course, to all my other brothers and sisters out there, like the video, because a lot of research has gone into this and you can be super early into the TAO ecosystem. All right, guys. So look, right off the bat, I would say whenever there's a new ecosystem, yes, it is important to be early, but it's also very important to make sure you are not getting scammed. All right. It's going to be harder to do this on TAO, but let me explain. So dynamic TAO is the major upgrade and evolution of BITTENSOR's integrated tokenomics and governance model. It represents a significant step in BITTENSOR's trajectory towards basically a truly decentralized AI platform. Now, of course, this came from a proposal for the upgrade. This is all the way, and of course, it's going live. And dynamic TAO is obviously what you need. There is a whole white paper and further research you need to do, but there are some dangers as well. So most operations will remain unchanged in the TAO ecosystem. Of course, there is an SDK kit, but there's plenty of stuff happening on TAO, guys. Plenty of stuff. So let's talk about this. Now, most of us don't actually go and read white papers, right? It's not really, it's probably the most boring thing, but dynamic TAO is a market-driven mechanism designed to replace BITTENSOR TAO's current emission allocation model. In particular, dynamic TAO drives emission values from the market price of subnet-specific tokens against TAO onto a constant product AMMs. So fundamentally, this transformed the existing validator weighing system. More specifically, by introducing AMM-based emissions allocations, they obviously extend subnet valuations system beyond TAO's current validator set. So basically what that means is, if you look at this, dynamic TAO will allow you to stake into individual subnets. Major upgrade, but I have actually done a deep dive into this. So the TLDR is, off the bat, TAO is still the core and the layer one, right? Number two, subnets like Neural, Massa, Sturdy, whatever, these already have and will be beneficiaries of the TAO dynamic TAO upgrade. So you don't have to FOMO. And then I've got gems for you within the ecosystem that we can talk about and how we can play within the ecosystem. So within the ecosystem, one of the first things I've found, and this is going to be a very crucial thing to look at. So if you look at this, you've actually got so this is a DEX. This is the first deck it's called the Hotkeyswap, right? I can swap TAO into some of these ecosystem tokens like TAO Peel. These are actually built on ERC20 because TAO is now EVM compatible. So you don't have to FOMO, but TAO Peel, TAO Dog, and of course there's Wrap TAO as well. But these are very early projects on the ERC20 side that you can actually go. They have a bonding curve, and you can see here I'm able to create a token through the hot curve. Now, the interesting thing about the hot curve is actually also liquidity is provided or open to a bridge on Base and another bridge on Binance BNB, of course, which is going to be very easy way. This is almost like a pump.fun for AI agents. Super interesting, and the statistics are quite standard. I mean, look, this is brand new. Nobody knows about this, and there is a token off the back of this. All right, so you've got obviously the volume, very low, 500,000 in terms of volume, but as the network kicks in and becomes even more important, these will increase in terms of their, in terms of the volume and how many people go in to do like degeneracy on the TAO ecosystem. But what you're seeing here is, look at this, liquidity added, burnt, and of course bonded. You're seeing these tokens popping up on the TAO network, which is quite incredible. if you ask me. So this is one way that Tao is going to be absolutely attracting tons of, tons of liquidity. The other thing that I would say is I've noticed that this project is, if you look at this project has bridges to base, right? This project is at $4 million market cap. So basically, this is prepared for final dynamic TAO trading. Final touches are being made. Dynamic TAO swaps are almost here. So this is basically what the DEX can do, what I've just showed you, right? And this is basically the first DEX on the on this BITTENSOR TAO. Of course, you've also got other stuff like TAObot, which I'll talk about. But look, they've already done the hot curves or the bonding curves on. Of course, there's a smart BNB smart bridge. There is also of course a bridge from base as well. Low transaction fees. So TAO is not messing about. Of course, there's one on Uniswap and Ethereum. So this is very, very, very interesting. Very interesting. And of course, assets added to the roadmap today, EtherFi and TAO will be listed on Coinbase as well, which is quite quite actually important for this project. But this TAO DEX here, I would say, going back to my initial thesis, the first decentralized exchange for BITTENSOR TAO. Of course, there's also TAObot, which is planning to be an entry point for staking TAO, and I'll talk about that as well. All right. But Hotkeyswap is on MEXC. Currently, it's on MEXC and Uniswap. Very small in terms of the market cap. I mean, look at this. You know, we've got all these things. You know, this thing actually did really, really well. And it's been out for a while. I mean, this has been in preparation since March 2024. All right. So check this out. This is, I think, for me, a good exposure into all the degeneracy that's gonna hit TAO. So here's my thesis. So one, of course, if you have a TAO, fantastic. TAO is gonna grow 64 subnet plus, and the cost of each subnet will get more expensive, of course. Then you can look at stuff like ecosystem projects. Like I think Sturdy Finance will be, you know, Mass is an interesting one, but Sturdy, I think, will be like the DeFi hub. This is a project backed by Barry Silbert of Grayscale. And if you look at this, I mean, I call this as a tiny, tiny micro cap, sub 10 million. And look at the growth. I mean, this is now $2. Having said that, this is decentralized finance on steroids. It's actually isolated lending, shared liquidity, and optimize AI optimized yields. And of course, like I said, this is obviously Barry Silbert's. You know, they've got the backing of Barry Silbert, and so far, we've already actually done massive amounts. But look, SoftBank, Pantera, KuCoin Ventures, the project suffered a hack last year, but has come back and has done incredibly well. It's still very early, it's still very small. What else are we looking at? We're looking at TAObot. Now, TAObot, for me, is still very interesting. I mean, it's only on Uniswap. And what you have here, you've obviously got the challenge from Hotkey. Now, TAObot is around $50 million. But look at this. The future is AI decentralized by BITTENSOR. And you've got a lot of good things being built on here. Now, granted, it still has the 5 to 10%, 5% buy and sell taxes. And of course, this is where you need to come and work on your dTAO tokens, monitor your dTAO portfolio, and of course, invest in any subnet. This is your gateway into the BITTENSOR TAO ecosystem. Now, in addition to that, if I go back to TAO stats, what you're seeing now is market caps being attributed to some of these dTAO ecosystem tokens. All right. One of my absolute favorites. I mean, look, DP is good. You've got Shoots, you've got a few others as well. I really love like things like Next Place AI. I mean, if that, you know, Neural is here as well, I think Neural will be beneficiary. If you look at Neural here, and you can actually stake into Neural, right? But look at this now. All of a sudden, everything has changed. Now, at the moment, this is still very early. It's still very, very volatile. You can see there's a contract assigned to these. And you can actually search for the subnet you want. You can actually, search for the subnet you want. So in order to do that, you can use either TAO. It's not fully launched. All the features are not really there yet, but over time they will be. Can you imagine? I mean, this is going to be, in my opinion, not only for, this is the sturdy subnet that we just talked about. The issue with many investors is at the moment it's a bit too complicated, right? So I've put out a guide in our VIP group on how to obviously go to these using the right links and everything. And yeah, you can join us if you so wish to do. But look at this, it's absolutely the start of this AI revolution on TAO. And that's why I was saying TAO could be one of the biggest. In fact, it will be, I think, in my opinion, it will be the biggest AI project. Just killing it, really. Essentially, look, this is Next Place AI. I've talked about this on my lives previously, and now it's got market cap obviously attributed to it, right? So Next Place AI is a decentralized intelligence AI for housing markets. Space controlled by monopolies and gatekeepers. Next Place seeks to democratize networks. So this stuff is coming from all walks of life, guys. Some of these subnet projects are really, really impressive, and I am actually looking forward to, seeing more and more of these projects actually hit the big time. So it is a evolving place. If you can follow TAO stats, I think you would see more and more. But in conclusion, here's what I'm gonna. This is my play so far. So I do hold TAO. I'm not staking it. I do have some subnet tokens. I am looking at Hotkey as a potential 100x project, and I'm definitely for dynamic TAO. I'm looking at TAObot and the role in its ecosystem. The fact that it's obviously got a token that is out. I've actually shared this at a very low market cap. It's still very, very tiny, and a lot of people are put off by the buy and sell tags. But if you look at this, it's only on Uniswap at the moment. So as this ecosystem grows, it will be more and more and more prominent. All right, guys, there's plenty for you to chew over there, but this is the only, in summary, TAO is going to have the ability to obviously create pump.fun or virtual style AI agents that's already set up. TAO also has this unbelievable DEX called Hotkey. This is where you can actually do a lot of the degeneracy. TAO House, TAObot, Steady Finance, Neural AI, Massa, which concentrates on data. So plenty for you to get your teeth around into TAO. But one thing that I would say is, overall, if you look at where this project is going to go, even if it's multi-cycle play, I think it's going to trounce a lot of the kind of smaller AI projects that have no real life use case. I think AI will get cleaned up over the next. It doesn't mean some of our smaller AI projects won't do really well. It also gives you a strategy for a longer term building strategy within crypto, right? But I'm very bullish on the idea that this is going to be one of the biggest projects in the top 100, guys. And in TAO stats, if you look at the price of TAO right now, I mean, the market cap is still 3 billion. So 30 billion is a 10x from here, which is huge, especially in a time when everyone is more concerned about the direction of the market. But I think this picks up over time, guys. It picks up over time. So it's not going to promise you 100x, but if you're looking for a solid play, and definitely if you're looking for something that will give you a multi-cycle opportunity, I think this is still a very, very solid 10x that you can have. All right, guys, I hope you like the information anyway. Smash a like, and I'll catch you on the next one. Take care.